Yo, 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 what it do? What it do? What it do?
What
My
up,
guy Jay
brother?
Dizzle, my
What's
guy
happening,
Stone,
y'all?
and it with
What
it.
it, what it do, big bro?
Shit, no. What you got cracking?
Another day in paradise, man.
Another day, huh?
Yep.
Another day. What it
I'm
do? What
ready
it
for
do,
Saturday.
JD?
Oh man, in and out the way, man. You already know.
Oh, okay. Hey, what you about to say, Stone?
I said, I'm ready to get into it, bro.
Mm.
You already know.
Oh, okay. Let's do it, man. We waiting on Mac, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe some technical difficulty. We gonna go ahead though. Know what I'm saying? Hey, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live on every Tuesday. We're gonna try to hit something off at 2. We're gonna try to find some other dates and all that, and you know what I'm saying, at times to get some kind of live stream in. So thank you for the support. Bringing in, you know what I'm saying? Put your lab coats in the chat, your doc TVs in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Your doctors in the chat, black doctors, you know what I'm saying? All right, you know what I mean? Stones in the chat,
I'm on
JD,
it.
Ingle Fingers.
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What it do
Facts.
though? What it do? I'm trying to, you ready to get into it?
Let's do it, bro.
Let's
What we
get
waiting on?
into it. Let's
Where
get
where
Oh
into
man,
it.
Where
yes.
McGlover? Where McGlover at?
Oh yeah. I don't know.
He, he,
We gonna
he
go to.
got nervous. He got nervous, bro.
Oh no.
It's-
Oh,
It
no.
was too. It was
No,
too
no.
much.
Yeah.
It was too much heat in there.
You ain't nervous. Trust me. Trust me. He ain't nervous. But let's Oh, he said no. Okay, you didn't. Bro, it's that. Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, man.
Boom, boom. What is do forward. All right. Yeah. So let's
That-
see if he
oh man, you sounded like Devin the Dude, that Zeldor, man. Y'all used to listen to Devin the Dude?
Nah.
No, I was on. I was on. I used to be on Devin. You know, you was on the Stone. I just want to love you.
Want a
No
kiss and
kissing
a
and
hug?
hug. No, you gonna hug me. All right. So I'll just send him the link again. So we see. All right. So I wanted to get into the Tory and it's all trial shit. It's all trial shit. So I want to get into the Tory situation and the Diddy situation. Well, Diddy first. Let's go Diddy first. The diddler, man. The
The
diddler.
Diller. The Diller. No Diddy. No
Like
Diddy.
like sheesh. Like I don't know. All right. So I guess my question is, we know what he going to court for. Like we know what he alleged has done and what we saw the messiness coming out, all that type of stuff, right? But that's legal court. In the court of moral court, or our eyeballs or our minds or our perceptions, what has Diddy, like, what has Sean Combs actually is done or allegedly should be charged for? What should he be charged for?
Wait.
Because
Wait.
I
So
know you shouldn't be charged for all that shit.
what is it exactly that he's being charged? I know it's sex trafficking and what else? Like I know it's some other things in there.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
probably a lot.
exactly.
It's probably a
Let me
lot. That's why they.
let me
Oh,
look
go
it
ahead.
up. Let me look it up just so we ain't saying the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff. I guess that's why they catch it all in the RICO. You know what I'm saying? Where they search his cribs, they found guns, they found, and you know, stuff could be in your name. It could be legal and all that shit. It's in your crib, but
I I got you right here, Doc. Racketeering, conspiracy, sex
uh,
trafficking by force, fraud or
mm,
coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution.
okay, okay. So
Federal
they all in.
charges. The feds
So
is
no
after him.
no weapons. I don't see no weapons charges and all that shit. Okay, so they just took that in. All right. So that's what the legal court is alleging he's doing.
Hmm.
So so in reality, let's just say between us three right here, what we thinking about? Like what you think he could be guilty of, or what they alleging? Like, cause I personally think a lot of it is, well, I know a lot of it is built around to make him seem like worse than often he is. Not saying he a good person, not saying he a bad person, but worse off than he is. So they
100%.
do that to paint a picture, but they want him to get him for like a couple of things. One thing, what you think he could like actually like get hit for, or is like, like it happened. You know what I'm saying? And bro, you gonna have to take that one.
Well, for me personally, I gotta really dig into that racketeering because I don't really know how that is. That's like one of them catch-all, with the Rico and stuff. Like I'm not really too familiar with the racketeering, so I feel like that might be one that they're gonna probably slap them on the hand with. But like as far as the sex trafficking by force, when they say by force, that right there, I have to raise a red flag. I just don't see that. I don't feel like they presented enough evidence for me to get behind them saying that it was by force. You know what I mean? Like everybody that's gotten on the stand seems to say that, they knew what was going on. They continued to do so. Yeah. I mean, sex trafficking can be, paying somebody for sexual favors. And yeah, a lot of them were getting, you know, some money in exchange for whatever it is that they were doing. So maybe that could be some sex trafficking. But again, by force, I don't feel like it was force because a lot of these people that have, came up in the trial or have been on the stand have said, they went back numerous times. It's something that they wanted to do. So I personally don't
Yeah.
feel like there was really sex trafficking by force. I kind of feel like Diddy was just freaky. He liked
Hmm.
bringing people in and out of the bedroom with him and his significant other or others. And I don't feel like being a freak is a crime.
Hmm. I heard that before. You know what I'm saying? I heard that before. I'm saying. So before moving forward, I want to say like, on behalf of us, like, respect to all the family, condolences to all, the people, victims um, that may be allegedly, affected by this. But what you think, JD? What you think, as far as like street court, moral court, or just, not legal, but the court of opinion.
Yeah. Racketeering conspiracy. I was just going over that as well from what Stone was just reading. Man, it's talking about what's it say? Prosecutors allege that Combs used his business empire. You feel what I'm saying? To
Whoa.
facilitate a criminal organization involved in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of obstruction of justice. So, I mean, they saying he blew up Kid Cudi core or whatever, or set it on fire. So I guess if they can prove that, then they had an arson. I don't know who he bribed. I ain't heard nothing about him bribing nobody. Kidnapping. I ain't heard of him kidnapping anybody. Like Stone just said, they coming back. Using his business empire. I think he's just using his he going into his account, his personal account. You know what I'm saying?
Using his
Taking some cash
leverage.
out. You know what I'm saying? And then sex trafficking. I mean, the way that it sounds right because I was listening to something earlier. I think that was a link you had sent us, where I guess the dude name was Punisher or something like that. Um, it was it was
I'm sorry. Hey, bro got a name. Bro got a name. I don't know his name. Hey, I'm not calling the Punisher, bro. All right.
you know what I'm saying.
All right, man. I digress. I
Hey,
digress. Go ahead.
hey, no, but I was watching that. I was listening to the interview, and from what he was saying, that you know he was just there to Cassie ran all the plays with that, and he went back 8 to 10 different times, and so I don't really see how that was even any type of I don't see how they got him on anything besides being like a cold freaky in the bedroom is what we saying, right? I don't see them being anything past that. Now, you know, I would say as far as the abuse, they should have put him on trial for abuse. That nigga Ben done got convicted. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Well,
But
there we
he
go.
not on trial for that shit though. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
he
it's
he
kind of
paid for
it's
that.
kind of weird. Yeah, because
Hmm.
who he kidnapped? Who ain't
Hmm.
nobody said none of this stuff that they trying to accuse him for. So they got to get him with Kid Cudi Core, setting the fire to that, using his empire. as long as he didn't use that money like, out coming out as a, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they got him for shit, to be honest with you. I really don't see it. But I guess,
They're
the trial is still going. They trying to paint something, but I don't really see what they got.
they painting the picture, like Doc said, they painting the picture to try, and they painting the picture for the public, for so that we can get on board to sway our opinions and try to hate him. Oh, he did X, Y, and Z. And don't get me wrong, I think he did some effed up stuff. You feel me? When it comes to him and old girl, and I'm not saying that it's okay that she tolerated it and she stuck around and she helped him hide the things, because a lot of women go and do that. And I've had conversations with people that are close to me that are women, and they say the same thing. Like, we'll endure a lot for a man that we love and care about. So I'm not saying that it's okay that she did that, but she just got on trial. She was on the stand, and she even said at the end of it, she said, "I don't hate this man." She said, "I
Mm,
don't hate him. Like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for everything that she endured, I personally would have hated him, if the shoes were on my, you know what I mean? So the fact that she didn't, like I said, I just think that he was into some freaky stuff. He brought her on board. Um, things didn't wasn't always pretty, you know what I mean? And they were trying to hide and cover up a lot of stuff that he had did. And I also feel like the fact that Diddy was running around with what's the girl he was just with, the rapper chick,
Miami or whatever, Young Miami.
Young Miami, you feel me? And they doing interviews together, you know what I'm saying? Cassie seeing all this. And I'm not saying she got jealous, but she might have felt some kind of way. I feel like it's only human nature too. You feel me? And
Right,
she's
right,
building
right.
things with her new man, and obviously her new man ain't got it like Diddy. I mean, you talking about a billionaire, and I'm not saying that this is what happened, but I'm saying she's seeing this. She's seeing Young Miami in the spotlight with the same man that put her through the ringer. You know what I mean? He done beat her up in a
Hmm.
hotel. He done had her doing all these freak offs and doing, exposing her body to other people and all this. And now you see the man that you love out here parading around with a whole nother woman that, like, yeah, I'm gonna feel some kind of way too. You know what? You break me off a little something. And I feel like at the end of the
Mm,
day, I feel like she wanted a little money. She got hers, so he dealt with that part. He already paid for the abuse that he caused her. He's not on trial for that no more. We got to detach from
Mm,
that. Nobody's
yeah.
saying that nobody's saying that what he did was right or wrong, but he paid for that already. We all know that.
Mm,
Like, if you already paid for your crime, it's done, bro. You did your time. That's it. She wanted her money or whatever she got. Now let's remove ourselves from that, and now let's focus on what we on trial for, which is sex trafficking, racketeering, the kidnapping and all that. And I don't feel like JD said, I don't feel like they got a lot. You feel me? Like, at the end of the day, he was a freak. He was a freak with a lot of money, a lot of money.
Kasoko.
He was a freak with a lot of money, and that's the
That's a
way that he
dangerous
had.
combo.
That is, yeah, that was the way he had fun. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't feel like he was the only one that was doing stuff like that. He's just the
Oh
only one
hell
that's on
no,
trial right now.
hell no, he wasn't. The motherfucking man. I don't even know what I can I say on here like that. But yeah, man. But look, shout out to the Gemini's though. June. Shout out to the Gemini. Hey, can I play devil's advocate though a little bit? A little bit. It's a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay, so I like y'all answers because what I got out of that is like what in the public opinion. I guess I kind of asked it in a couple ways, but in the public opinion or in our opinion, what should he be on trial for? And I'm with that abuse. Yeah, that's hella abuse right there. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers allegedly had plastic surgeons on speed dial and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you do the little wop wop real quick, you just fix it up like you say, a freak with money. But I don't know. I don't know what kind of attention that take. But with that all that being said, he on he on he on trial for something totally different. Like you say, kidnapping, right? Um, the homie who will remain unnameless. I just remember a situation somewhere where he got in a squabble, like a regular squabble, but he was be whooping dude feet so bad, and he drug him out of one place and took him into another place, and he caught a kidnapping charge just for dragging him into one room into another room. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
So it could get real technical, and all he needs to do is with that shit one time, and then they gonna blow that shit up. Is like, and I feel like that's what they doing right now.
Of course, it's the feds. The feds gonna go. They gonna go full force. They putting a lot of money behind this. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
gotta try to sway everybody's opinion. Like at the end of the day, they gotta convince the juror that what they charging this man for is right. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know how the juror, like you got to pick the juror. That's what they did before the trial. They picked the people they think is going to, actually take on this case honestly. But they got to convince these people that, hey, this man was sex trafficking by force. To
Mm-hmm.
me, I haven't, if I'm on the jury, I
Without a
haven't seen
reasonable
that yet.
doubt.
Yeah,
Without a
if I'm
reasonable
a
doubt.
juror right now, I haven't seen that yet. Y'all haven't presented enough for me to feel like. Now, what I have seen as a juror, if I'm looking at him and I'm seeing him every day in trial, I'm like, yeah, bro, you was you was into some kinky stuff. You was a freak, bro. You know what I mean? And you was and you was putting a lot of people onto this freaky stuff. But you know what I mean? If I give you a joint and you hit it and all of a sudden you become a smoker, that's not my fault. You didn't have to do that. You feel me?
Mhm.
You're a grown man. You make those decisions to continue to take on that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these people, I kind of feel like they was having fun with Diddy. They might not have liked it in the beginning, but they grew to like it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was forced. I don't feel like anybody was forced to do anything that they didn't want to do.
Man,
If
I
you was at
think
a
Yeah.
Diddy party, if you was at a Diddy party, you knew what could or would happen, and you decided to be there anyway. So
right, right. But
I
then what party is it? Because a lot of people say they was at Diddy parties, but it's not seeming like who was at the freak offs though? Like who was literally there besides him and Cassie and like another person? Like who are they? Do they have anybody else that they're saying was there? Like I haven't heard that. I'm just saying, like, have y'all heard that? Because I know we kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact we kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? But
but it's silence is golden. Silence is golden.
exactly.
Silence is golden. Like the motherfuckers being quiet.
as they should be. I don't know
Motherfuckers being
nothing.
quiet.
I don't know nothing.
So
That's
outside of
another thing.
Cassie, they
I
don't
don't.
really have nobody.
Yeah, outside of that,
Cause
like another thing, like even with Kid Cudi and all them, bro. I don't know. I guess I think we all could relate with where we come from, bro. I'm getting on the stand. Even if I was there, Diddy, I mean, I don't know. I plead the
yeah, well,
fifth.
like,
I feel like a
what
lot
the
of these
like
people, a
what the
lot of
fuck? Like
especially the
why am
men,
I?
like y'all all talking. Like I feel like even Kid Cudi said too much, in my opinion. I get it, you on the trial, but
Way
hey, you ain't got
way
you
too
could
much.
you could plead the fifth. You could also I don't know. You feel me? Like it's a lot. I'm not saying that he was
So yeah,
snitching, but in my eyes, because I think we briefly talked about the whole snitching stuff before, but in my eyes, I just feel like you were saying too much, bro. You feel me? Like it wasn't in essential. It's kind of like a dry sense because he didn't go up there and actually say, "Oh, Diddy did this." He just replayed the events. You know what I mean? When asked the questions, and in my opinion, he could have easily said, "You know, I don't know."
but you know I think that is Stone though. I think that's like okay, take the street element out. If he not even a street person or grew up in the hood or whatever it is, that's that hate, that's that disdain he must have for him over because it's years ago. So your disdain to kind of want to jump up and just say, "Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna take the stand," because Albie Shore was taking the same stance. He was
Yeah,
like, "I'm ready. Call me up. I'm at my suit ready. I'm gonna fly out. Whatever you need me to do. I'm gonna
yeah,
be on the stand."
yeah.
Man,
That's
nobody calling
hate.
Albie
That's
Shore to the
hate,
stand.
man. That's hate. That's hate.
Hey, bro, they need as much as they can because the case don't seem like that strong for the charges. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking? Are we is because right now he guilty as a person and as a human being and as an abuser, whatever. Like, so if all this shit get dropped tomorrow, or he gets somehow the case get whatever he get dismissed or whatever it is, however that happened, he ain't good no more with anybody.
I don't
Now
think it's
us,
that. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get dismissed. I think he's already lost, and maybe we being biased because we men. We also got to, like you said earlier, we got to play
yeah,
devil's
you gotta
advocate
look at
from the
both
woman's.
sides.
Yeah, I feel like from the women's perspective, he already lost the women, bro. Like even on Facebook, I was seeing how women are like, if y'all think that Diddy innocent, delete me, block me. I don't want to talk to you, this and that. But I feel like a lot of the women are only taking what happened with Cassie. You feel me? I feel like they're not really digging into like, hey, this man isn't on trial for what he did to
Yeah,
Kathy. If he was, he would be guilty 100%. We wouldn't be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? If he was on trial for domestic violence or abuse, he's washed. But that's not the route she took. She did a civil lawsuit where she could get money for that. So he's not being charged for that already because she already got broke off. So y'all gotta, we gotta actually, like I said earlier, you gotta detach from that part of it.
Yeah.
And yes, what he did was fucked up, bro. Like you said, my
Mm,
condolences go out to her and any other woman who had to endure things like that. You feel me? But
yeah. Yeah.
that's not what he's
Facts.
on trial for. He's not on trial for what happened to
Mm,
Cassie, and she was just a witness. So when she got up there pregnant, sad, crying, and telling them everything, bro, like I get it. A woman is bound to feel bad for her, and like I said, I feel bad for her. But
right.
and I'm not saying that it's okay, but that's a grown ass woman who made those decisions. I'm
Yeah. Cause
sorry. I don't mean to be a prick, but she's an adult. She knew what she was doing, and
yeah.
we can't just act like, oh, you know what I mean, he got her when she was 13 years old and he drugged her, and that to me, that's what you call sex trafficking. What happens to those young women over in Mexico with the cartels and stuff, like, to me, that's sex trafficking. What was going
Yeah.
on with Cassie was willing, bro. She even got up there and
Bro.
said, I was planning to freak off myself.
Yeah. 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 See, that's the thing though. What they're gonna twist it like is that yeah, you were doing that because you were trained to do that, almost like she's a dog and stuff, but she's a human being though. And playing Doc's advocate again, I have daughters. We all got kids. No, I'm well, people got kids or whatever it is. I have daughters. I look at like okay, where they was at like 18, 19, like mentally, you know what I'm saying? And what we know so far is that he met her or they start dating when it was 19. He passed his 40s or whatever it is. So that's legal. But her mind state. So now I'm looking at mental stuff now because if I take this finger and I keep touching the oven and getting burned, even though I didn't know at first, but somebody said, "Hey, go touch that oven." I keep touching, I keep touching, and I know I'm getting burned. But then after a while, I start liking that shit. You know what I'm saying? I start liking the sensation of the burn and shit or something like that. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
and then people gonna look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Why he burning his finger and shit? But to me, I get off on that shit. Like I like the shit. And I think that's a possibility that could happen because she started in her journey with him at a young age. You know what I mean? You gotta look at that.
100%. I get where you're
All
coming
right,
from,
wait,
and
wait, 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 wait. That first song that she came out with, that Me and You, that's the only one that play in my head. Who was that
Let's
like
fight.
produced? Do y'all know if that was produced by Diddy or was that before Diddy? That song, that first song she
yeah.
made.
That's her. That's Bad Boy. That's her only
Yeah,
show.
that's Faith stuff. That's Faith stuff right there.
Oh shit, that's through Bad Boy.
Yeah, I believe.
Oh,
Wasn't he in it? Wasn't he in the video or the
he was in the
song?
I
video. I
don't know
gotta
if
go
it was
back and
in the
watch
video.
that video, bro. That shit was knocking though.
It
So she
was.
was. Oh, that nigga janky, bro.
Yeah, Dre put it
Puffy
on in the
janky,
background right
man.
now.
Cause
Nah.
that shit was lit. Puffy janky, bro. Cause that was it. Me and You. That was her and Puff. She made one song for him,
Hey, no,
and that was it.
Doc, you hit that on the head with that one because I agree. Like when you look at it from that perspective, like yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like she probably didn't
Yeah.
like it at first, but she grew to like it. You know what I'm saying? You're introducing her to something, and like I said earlier, because someone told me like women gonna put up with a lot before, you know what I'm saying, to impress the man that they, especially he's an older guy. You feel like you gotta do X, Y, and Z to keep him pleased. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So I get that to a certain extent, but I also feel like we can't, even our kids, bro. You got to be
right.
realistic because if you were raised right, and not saying that you these women she wasn't or whatnot, but if you were raised right and you teach them the morals and you know what I'm saying, then you gotta at the end of the day you gotta put them out into the world and they gotta start making decisions on their own. Now she did that. You feel me?
Right.
She did that regardless of if she was like, oh, you know what, this is somebody, he can better my career, or she actually fell in love with him. I don't know, but that was her choice. We can't sit here and just act like, oh, it's because she was young and her mind wasn't right. Hey, bro, we didn't come up with the legal age. Me, you, or JD. You know what I'm saying? She was legal,
Mm,
bro, and she was a grown woman, and she was making those kind of decisions. Unfortunately, like I said, maybe I'll be feeling a different way. If it was my daughter, I'd be anti, mad and everything. But in this case, it's not, and I'm looking at it from the outside looking in, and I just kind of feel like she's still an adult, bro. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and we can't
So
just act like
shout out say Nick. He told he
we
gave
can't
up.
we can't
He said it's a lot of wild church girls.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can't amen
Hella,
to
hella
that.
wild.
But we can't act like she ain't have nothing to like she could just wash her hands because oh she was young, bro. That's
Yeah.
I can't get behind that 100%. But I do think, like you said earlier, it definitely played a part. Her mind frame and the time it did. I could agree with that. But
Cause something that sparked the mind because it's like unless you was on your own, I don't know the situation. Where were the parents at involved in this situation? Because you are
Facts. That's what I was asked.
star. What is it called? You want to become a R&B star, whatever, artist. So I would think before 18, 17, you was kind of being prepped for that. So when you get your deal, you know, where's all the hands in this and the responsibility and the, you know what I'm saying,
her
the
mom was
accountability.
obviously around. Her mom was obviously around. She was on trial. I mean,
Hmm.
she came as a witness too. I mean, not to go left, but where were the parents with other girls in the R. Kelly stuff?
Oh man,
I
we know where they was
heard
at.
I heard some of
It
those
was
parents was
escorting them in.
dropping. I heard some of those parents was dropping them
Man,
off. So
yeah, I heard
at the
some
end
of
of
them
the
was
day,
dropping them
people
off at
know
the
what they
jail.
doing, bro. They know what they was after and know what who they were dealing with and what they could get from it. And her mother, and everybody, they kind of knew what was going on, man. Like, let's be
Mhm.
real. She dealing with a billionaire. Her mom probably was telling her, like, girl, go out there and bust that thing open for that man. Do what you gotta do. He gonna
You
take
saw
you
it.
to the. I'm not saying that that's the case, but it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Man, all I know is, man, she was looking good in that video, though. You know what I'm saying? She had that black on. You know what I'm saying? She was popping. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Cassie, man. She endured a lot, man, but they ain't on trial for that. So, what Diddy on trial for, you know what I'm saying? They Johnson and Johnson should be in there testifying, man. He kidnapped all that baby oil and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's too many bottles, man. Do you know how many kids went without baby oil, bro? When they was
I, w-
You
born,
I
stupid,
would
man.
I
that
would
nigga was over there
I
getting
would love
cases of
to
that shit.
I would love to get the number of amount of money he spent on baby oil. Like the exact number would be wild.
That nigga
Hey,
spent
you got a
520 million.
bulk order, bro. Bulk order. You probably got a deal or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Say Nick, man, we are seeing a backlash from Me Too movement. It's no different than Megan the Stallion accountability. Accountability. Let's get to that. Let's
Thank
get to
Nick.
that.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
get
get
to
to
that.
Thank
Shout
Megan
out
Thee
say
Stallion.
Nick.
real
Megan the
bro.
Megan Thee
Stallion.
Stallion.
Accountability. Talking about women and accountability. Man,
Come
let's talk
on.
about street court. Let's
I
talk
think
about street court.
at
Mac,
some point at
Mr.
some
Mr. McGlover, you in there? You in there?
Okay,
What's happening?
I'm back on. Okay, how you guys doing?
what up,
What's
Hey,
McGlover? How you
good.
doing,
what's
brother?
poppin',
No,
champ?
I mean, I've been backstage listening to you guys, and before you guys move along, let me say just one thing about the Diddy thing. And I think the opposite. I think they got a solid case on them, just off the fact,
Ooh,
just off the fact that regardless if the participants were willing or not, that's not the point. These people say they're prostitutes and they was flown in state lines. Regardless, we just going straight by the facts,
Hmm.
yo,
and regardless if they weren't forced or whatever, that's still a federal crime, you know what I mean, under the Mann Act, you know what I'm saying? So regardless if they were men or women, they were prostitutes and they were flown across state lines. That's it right there. You know what I mean?
yep,
Regardless if they
yep.
liked it and just going by straight law, that's a slam dunk. You know, anything else is like whatever, but they don't care as long as it gets you on one, it's like whatever. But I think they got him, me
I think
Yeah.
personally.
I get that.
What
I get
you
that.
with the
What
charge you think they got him? Cause I glad. Well, I know we were gonna move on, but I'm glad you brought that up because it's only like I was saying, it's not they trying to make it seem like, oh, this is dude is a freak. That's all he do all this time is just freak offs and shit. But all it take is one time. He could have just did that shit one time, and that's all it take.
It
It
only
don't care
takes
if it's
one
one or
time to fly
85.
somebody out over across state lines. You know what I mean? That means something. So, flying
Mm,
these people across state lines, that means something. Whether you had another person do a third party, or whether you did it yourself. You know what I'm saying? That brings in the Ricos and all that. These people are going by exactly what the law, the grammar of the law. You know what I mean? It don't matter what it looked like, you know, what common sense look like. They're going by the language of how it's written up. And it fits. If you just want to be technical, you know what I'm saying, this shit fits. That's how they write the law. That's why when they want you, they got you, because it's how, you know, how everything's written, the language, you know.
Hey,
Mm.
McGlover, I mean, ask you this: were they are they actually saying that they were prostitutes or were they exotic dancers? Like I don't know, the one you sent us earlier is K Dot with well, I'm not saying dudes now in the Punisher pause, you know what I mean? But he didn't say that
I
he
think
didn't
he
say
was
that
a
he was a
prostitute.
prostitute. He didn't say that he was a prostitute.
Hey, well, he
That's
said
not
he
how
said
he
he
dressed
started
it.
as an exotic dancer,
Exotic
but didn't he?
dancer. I had
But
you
then,
come
but didn't
dance
he
for me.
say
That's a job. That's people. You can do that. You know what I mean? I hired you to
no?
do that. Now, when you
I
get
could be
a
wrong, but
little bit more,
I kind of remember him saying he started like that, but then he ended up on the side doing some like ads or some shit. I could be wrong. I have to look at it back, but yeah, do that matter? I don't think it do it matter. Exotic dancer, I think it's the sexual act after. I think that's what it is. You know what I'm
It,
saying?
That depends though, because dude said I was watching that clip. He said he from New York. He live in New York. They was at
yeah.
hotels in New York, so that's not even crossing the state line yet. So that's unless he was
And
flown
then
to a
and then
different
and then they have
location,
a
like an island or
relationship.
something
It'll
like that.
become a regular
unless
thing
he
for
was
them. You know what
flown
I'm saying?
somewhere, unless they use
Yeah,
phone, unless he would use devices, any of that, any devices, these phones, that's all federal. You know what I'm saying? So if I meet you through an ad on whatever and you way across town, even though we might have been in the same state, it's still federal because you using federal communications. You know what I mean? Shit approved. That's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how you can't win. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Okay,
No,
I kind of see what you're saying. Like in certain areas in Nevada, prostitution is legal, so you
Right.
can't get no fine or get caught up for that specifically. But if you in a state or area where it's illegal, then they can catch you for that all day, basically.
Exactly. Just like marijuana. It might be legal in Cali, but we got somewhere down south, we still getting crack, right? So
Gotcha.
fact.
it's the same with them
That's a
laws, you
fact.
know?
That's a fact. Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I don't think he gonna walk away scot free, but I definitely don't think he gonna get charged for everything just off the fact that they offered him a plea deal to begin with. And if they felt like their case was strong enough that they was just gonna throw the book at him from the beginning, they wouldn't have done that. I kind of feel like they know that there's some holes in there, and like McGlover said, they can paint it, well because like you said, it's federal. You know, the feds can do anything when, like I said, like he said, you're using these devices, you got on the plane, you did XYZ. It's the little things that, fall under that definition of sex trafficking that they can, oh yeah, he did do that part. You know what I'm saying? They can paint that picture. However, you still, like, the people on the jury still got to have a common sense, bro. Like, let's be realistic. I'm not saying that it's okay or it's not okay, but if Diddy if Diddy flew somebody out and gave her a little money, for the flight or whatever the case may be, we do realize that he ain't the only person in the game that's guilty of that then, right? Because I feel like every rapper in the game has rapped about it, talked about, hey, I flew her out and, she
Of
got a
course.
Birkin bag or X, Y, and Z. Granted, Diddy's the only one on trial right now. But if I'm a juror, that's something that I have to think about as well. You feel me? Like, I'm not really ready to, at the end of the day, send this man to jail for the rest of his life for being a freak and bringing people in and out of his bedroom.
Well,
Hey,
it just
so
goes by what the law say.
I guess yeah, I guess if we stay structured with it, what we kind of get into is like what the law say, and then what we think is really going on as far as like where he wrong at. You know what I'm saying? As far as that, but you know, even though he in New York, oh boy, Mr. P, Paul, like was in New York. He still said he flew him out a couple times to other places. You know what I'm saying, to meet up with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. Oh, shout out Gang Lane, shout out Gang Lane, man.
The, the,
Shout
the
out,
question
golly.
the question we
Gangland,
should be
gangland.
asking,
Gang
the
Lane, Gang Lane.
question The question we should be asking is how much time you think he gonna get, because he gonna get some time. You know what I mean? Now, what is he gonna? He gonna get under 10? He gonna get under 5, or he gonna get a dub or something? Because you know they slam Bill Cosby, so they don't give a fuck about giving that nigga no time. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby
That's
had
it.
to
Hey,
That's
fight
man,
his
it.
way
That's it.
out.
That's it. Hey, so do
my,
y'all feel like as and not to make it about that, but do y'all feel as black men that do you feel like black men with power are targeted? Do you feel like this is not saying that what he was doing is okay or he shouldn't be on trial, but do you feel like this like it's just becoming to seem like way common within our culture and the black men of power? You know, you talking about Bill Cosby, bro. He probably played a father figure to all of us at some point. And I mean, not saying Diddy was the greatest man, but this
not
this
me.
dude, he made an empire. He made an empire, bro. And now it just
Yeah,
seems like all these
I
man, they take away a lot of these high profile, powerful men from us and make them and paint them to be these horrible creatures. Do we feel like that's a race thing? Do we feel like that we're being targeted?
well, this how I look
Obviously.
at
Nah,
it, right? Shout out OJ, man. RP OJ, man. That was one of our, yeah. Shout out OJ. I just wanted to just say that for
Joe.
no reason. But listen, this is what I think. I think it's two things, right? I think it's one, you reap what you sow, right? For whatever you do over the years, how you treat people, how you do the dirt you do, all that, you reap what you sow. Period. It's gonna come back around to you, right? The second thing is you look at the timing of it. I forgot the name of that. I forgot the name of that liquor place, but he started going after the big boys,
You
the
got
big billionaires, and trying to
elephant,
fight
man.
that battle. So once he start fighting that battle against them companies, man, all this stuff been exposed. And as you can see, a lot of people are quiet right now and they're waiting patiently to see how this trial plays out. Just like Mac was
Mm,
saying, you know what I'm saying? Because however this trial plays out is going to be case law going forward for certain events similar to this. So
right.
I'm not going to
That's a
necessarily
fact.
go with black men being, yes, that does weigh in for sure. But I think it's once you start shaking feathers and what do you call that? Like not the status quo, like trying to like you 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 know how
Save
certain
face.
systems.
Save
Once
face.
you start going against the system, so to speak. Like so
Nobody
if they
breaking the
running,
program.
you get what I'm saying? Once you start going against the
Yeah.
system, so if they doing liquor and wine and spirits and stuff this way, and then you trying to go against it and expose them that's high up with the billions, man, they gonna pay whoever to find as much dirt as they can to break you down and have you look like you crazy to get the light off of them so they can keep doing what they doing. So you got to be very mindful and careful when you're going against these big powerful billionaires. So I think
Especially, but I
it's
feel
two
like
things in
especially
one.
if you are color.
Yeah. So like my opinion on that, and I don't know if it's gonna touch on fully on that. Stone is I really do believe if it's not targeted, like as far as a certain level you get to as a black man, status wise, money wise, all that stuff, I feel it's a cap, it's a ceiling, and they know where that ceiling is at, and the powers to be know where that ceiling is at, and if you try to penetrate that ceiling, they gonna or you come close to it, they gonna knock you down. They gonna knock you down. Period. They gonna do that to anybody in general, but of course they gonna do it to a black man. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna do it too, because it's it's too much you're gonna lose in leverage and power. You know what I mean? Whether it's entertainment, whether it's music, whether it's acting, movies, wherever the money goes, who controls it, that type of thing, you can't have certain people at that ceiling or right there. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I knew how to tell you how they how to where the ceiling is at, who's at that ceiling or whatever it is, but I'll tell you how they knock you down. We looking at it right now. We looking at it right now though. You know what I'm
man,
saying?
nah. I disagree, brother. I
Don't
don't
think
think
so?
niggas. Nah, niggas don't deserve shit, nigga. These niggas, man. Hey, look, most of these niggas
I
as a
never said that.
collective.
Hold on. Mac, hey, Miss McGlover. Hey, look. Who? No, I ain't never said nobody deserve anything. I ain't say everybody deserve anything, but because what you about to say though?
I'm about to say I'm about to say this. You didn't say deserve, but just as far as the black man is successful, nah, man, because there's tons of successful black men. They just know how to stay out the way. It's just for some
Staying out
reason,
the way, but staying at a
some
certain level
reason,
though, right?
stand on a certain level and knowing that this ain't your game to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You know, and niggas
mm,
be too weak. Niggas be too weak. He was tender dick at the end of the day.
mm.
He thought these bras loved him. You know what I mean?
Oh, mm.
He thought that the money could keep his secrets. You know what I mean? You know,
Or the Punisher.
out of a million females, you know what I'm saying? Cassie was chosen. Why was she chosen? You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
She just like any other Puerto Rican broad from New York. You know what I mean? You see, you know what I mean? I mean, like, you know what I mean? So it's like this dude thought these bras loved him. You know what I'm saying? They was terrified of him, but he couldn't see it because he was blinded by his own power at the end of the day. So it's not the white man. The white man ain't had nothing to do with it. They was coming to the
mm,
parties, kicking it too. They liked his parties too. They mad he ain't around. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? He
That
was
part.
throwing the bomb parties. It's summertime, nigga.
Yeah.
Let's puff. You feel
Fuck,
me?
man. Sean
So
ain't out. Sean ain't
yeah,
out.
so
Damn.
it ain't about the white man setting them up. It's about niggas be their own downfall. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
ain't
like
the
to a
Mm-hmm.
white man.
certain
It ain't the
extent.
white man because
I
he
don't
fuck with
think
the
it
Mm-hmm.
was the
system.
white man. I'm not gonna say it's the white man himself, but I definitely feel
Mm-hmm.
like Kate, like Doc said, it definitely gets to a point that I feel like there is a cap. Yeah, you say he was in the spotlight, but I mean the man is part of the biggest one of the biggest record labels in the world. He's worked with some of the biggest artists in the world. It's kind of hard for him to not be in the spotlight. And I can't, me personally, I can't name another 5 billionaires, black billionaires that were on that level. Just me personally. So I do feel like it is a cap, and it is. He was very successful. And I'm not saying that what he's going through right now is because of that, but I definitely feel like there's a target on your back at some point when you got a lot of power. And right now, I
Yeah.
feel like we're seeing that.
Influence. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was weak though
How so?
because he was kept allowing his desires, from what it sounded like, to seep into to his personal. His personals was starting to seep into his business now. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's a fact though. That's a fact.
He could
That's
have
not
been
even a
sick,
opinion.
man. He could have just been. I'm not making excuses for the man because, like I said, he did some weird, some crazy shit, man. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like, but he could have just been sick, bro. He could have just been a horny dude. Pause. Like realistic. Like I'm not. Outside of him being freaky, I really don't. I really can't really see what else that he did wrong. He crashed out over his bitch. I mean, plenty of men do that all the time. If I'm being honest,
Hey,
I'm
so
not saying that it's okay. I'm just keeping it a buck.
No, I feel it.
yeah, to throw it out there. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Juan, shout out Ganglanine, shout out Saint Nick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm looking at it though, but one thing Saint Nick said is we let media like this stuff, social media, whatever, YouTube, whatever have you, your streaming stuff, like influence, public opinion, not just ours, but like the whole public. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ask, without people knowing the rules, but if you ask probably like 3 adults right now, is he guilty or whatever? They'll probably say yeah, because and the man ain't even been to trial yet though. He's going to trial, but he's it's not even over yet though. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
in the public eye though, the public eye, this shit sway a lot. Like this shit sway a lot. Like how people talk about it. You know what I mean?
Facts. But also in the public eye, they think a lot of people, women especially, think that he's on trial against Cassie. A lot of people still think
Mm.
that, bro. I've had conversations with people even at the gym, and oh yeah, he did that girl wrong, and I'm like, hey, bro, he not on trial for beating her up. If he was, he'd be guilty. But like, you really gotta detach from that. And it sucks to say that because she endured a lot, but like a lot of people think that Diddy's on trial versus Cassie. They think this is a Diddy Cassie trial, and that's not the
Yeah.
case.
Hmm.
But to Saint Nick's point, media swaying. They released that tape.
Hmm.
It's a wrap. Now everybody's
Mm.
focused on what they saw and how abusive he was in that tape. Damn everything else. Everybody's locked in on that right now. So that's why they think that way. So yeah, media is
Smart.
a
Bro,
powerful, powerful tool for a fact.
But if niggas go by the paperwork, bro, it was already a wrap. Like a year and a half when they was already on him. You know what I mean? They been on him.
That's
That was just
Hey,
a strategic
that's
play
a
for
fact, man.
civilians.
That's a fact. They
They
had the
was,
that's
content.
cool.
That's a fact.
I'll tell
they
you
was
what.
already on him. So he
Hey,
They
was
look
had
at
the
his
content.
already
last
cooked.
Breakfast Club interview. Y'all go back and look at his last Breakfast Club interview because what you just said is a fact. Well, I'm not sure if it's a fact, but that makes a lot of sense. Because look at his black, look at how timid he was in that interview. Like he knew something was coming. Like he felt it. That's why he started
Man,
talking
yeah.
about I'm about to give everybody they masters and they publishing and all that. Like, oh, I got the love records and all that. Because
Oh
he knew something was coming, bro. Go look at that last breakfast. It was an awkward ass interview, bro. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why is he up there? Like that shit looked
yeah, but
crazy
you
as shit.
always you know when they on you. You gonna know when they on you. You gonna have little signs and shit. You know what I'm
He was
saying?
shit. If I knew they was on me, I'd be doing the same thing. Shit, I'm about to get ready
Mm,
for it too.
well, yeah. I mean, but
I
he
gotta
had the
start.
man.
I gotta start painting that love picture as well. You feel me? If I know that they coming,
Yeah,
you
that
gotta
was
be
crazy. He
prepared
was
for
doing
shit.
that.
What I'm
I
supposed to
was
do?
like, I
Just
know something was
just
up.
act crazy?
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I so one thing we said is accountability, and one thing in the chat was accountability for Meg the Stallion though.
Hmm.
Meg the Stallion. So we already had this trial already. You see, old boy locked up. He got poked up. He got blasted on, and
Yeah.
now all of a sudden stuff is coming out. You know what I'm saying? That don't even seem like he shouldn't even be implicated in anything really, except for being around them when they drunk. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I wasn't there. But what that looked like though? Like to me it
Hey,
looked like
hey,
I don't know. To me
Doc,
it looked like it just go ahead.
have you ever in your life been around two drunk females that's fighting? Brother, you can end up that situation can end up 100 different ways. You know what I'm saying?
That's a,
Mm.
that's
Where
a
they was
fact.
both, and they was both fucking the same dude.
And you
That's
ain't
a
nothing but
fact.
a little bitty dude, right? You got old Houston Megan Thee Stallion, she drunk tripping, and it's another broad tripping, and it's you ain't got no control and nothing, and you taking the blame. You a nigga too.
And if
And you hit both of them already. You feel me? They low
yeah,
key
you
fighting over you. It's low key tension. Like I
hit
honestly
both
feel
of them.
like if we really getting onto it, like I honestly feel like Megan, not defending her, I honestly feel like she should have just said, I don't know who shot me. Because I don't think she knows, period. I don't think that she was looking at the car and seeing who hand came out or whatever the case may be. She didn't know. And she did what she thought that people wanted her to do and blamed another black man. And now it's coming out that maybe that he wasn't the shooter. You feel
Canuck.
me? And that sucks, bro. It really sucks that you could change a man's life. Like, oh, you are he did change his life, bro. This man then went to jail and got poked up and all that, and he might be innocent.
Can I throw some can I throw some salt in there though? Like, okay, so this is kind of hypothetical, but this could have possibly happened. So if they drunk, they all together. He unsmashed both of them. They in a situation. They getting into a fight or whatever. I I know they play like Saint Nick said. They they sway you with the media, so they leave stuff out of context and all that stuff. So I'm looking at some. I saw her getting interviewed. I saw the what's that called the person on the scene getting interviewed that saw it, the eyewitness. He was like oh, he saw the gun and who shot and they were fighting, blah blah blah, and they had her voice saying she stepped in some glass, bro. Like she didn't say nothing about getting shot or none of that like that at first, but allegedly that never came out though.
I stepped in glass. It's
Did they find a
now you
gun though?
shot. Yeah, they found a gun and it was gun residue on him and old girl. It was just too much, bro. Like I honestly feel like she don't know who shot him, and maybe they was both shooting. Period. And maybe they was playing like, oh shoot, you here, get past her, and they was both shooting, and she might have got hit. I don't know the case, but I don't feel like she should have went on there and said that he shot her because I don't feel like she knew. I don't feel like she knew that from the top. And like, hey, Nick said in the chat, he liked the old Snoop Dogg Gin and Juice video when
Yep.
the two females are fighting, and then the police roll
Mm,
up and they pull a gun out on Snoop. You feel me? Like I kind of feel like
Right.
the man, they of course they're gonna throw it at the man, bro. They looking for somebody to blame. You got two girls crying, one's bleeding, this and that, and it's like, bro, realistically, she don't know
But,
who shot her.
but hypothetically though, is it? Yeah, if she don't know, she don't know. She should say she don't know, but she didn't say that though. So
Nope.
hypothetically, like the Snoop thing, um,
Her feelings was hurt, bro.
I'm saying hypothetically, allegedly, if she know who shot her, and then all of a sudden she say she's trying to act like she didn't get shot or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So somebody won't get in trouble, and then she go with a whole other story to put it on somebody else that didn't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't know, somebody in her ear. Did she look at him like, oh, that's a lesser evil? I'm gonna get him in trouble instead of getting her in trouble to tame my image, because she said that in the video as well. Whether that was her or not, or AI or whatever that I saw, she was like, "Hey, is this gonna go how far or whatever? Because I have an image or whatever, public image or whatever it is." So, I'm just curious about like the whole thing, because um, what's the fat boy name? Fat boy, Flacco, fat boy. He said something interesting too, like we as a public, we just kind of, I didn't, I know probably y'all didn't, but we kind of just like when the Rihanna and Chris Brown thing happened, we just kind of like, oh, we just all fell in like, oh, the innocent girl and all this stuff, and Chris Brown's a monster and this and that and the other, but we didn't know what happened in that car. We didn't know what happened that led up to that. We don't know what happened behind closed door. We don't know what kind of relationship they got. They probably an abusive one. You know, females put hands on dudes all the time. You know, JD could attest to that. Man, he's a victim. So, there's nothing to play with. Like victims is nothing to play with, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
So it's okay when they do it though, bro.
it's
Unfortunately, and I don't mean to take away from women who have been abused because of a dude hit my daughter. I'm gonna nail him to the cross, bro. Period. Point blank.
mm-hmm,
However,
factual.
we got to be realistic, bro. Rihanna, Meg, like this, she, like you just said, she wasn't the first woman that got hit by a man, and that's just a fact. Obviously, like they said in the chat, like the media is so powerful, bro. They can
Mm-hmm.
tear you down. They can paint the picture, the narrative. You got to really think about like there's dynamics that people really study, and maybe Dre could even attest to it. Like there's parts of videos that get watched more. It's how you
Shout out
come,
Drea.
how you enter, how you introduce a video. You know what I mean? If you go into it saying this, you're painting a picture in somebody else's head. And I feel like the media it could be a great thing, but it could also tear you down, man. And I'm not saying what Chris Brown did was right, because definitely it wasn't. Like I said, if it was my daughter, I'm
Mm-mm.
hot, I'm up. But we
Mm-hmm.
got to be realistic. She wasn't the first person that ever got hit, and like you said, we wasn't in that car. You feel me? We wasn't in
Yeah.
that car. We don't know what she did, man. You know what I mean? I used to bounce, bro, and a woman spit on me before, bro. And if
Mm.
that's a charge. You know what I'm saying? And
That's a chemical, like
yeah, it took
chemical
everything in
agent
me,
leaving your
bro.
body.
It took everything in me. It took everything in me
Should have
not to be
tackled
a
that
Chris
bitch.
Brown, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like women, and we live in a world where we was talking about it in the backstage, but women, well, a lot of women want equal rights, and it's like, bro, y'all can't get away with everything, bro, and then just say, oh, it's because I'm a woman. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
only so that can only work so much, man, in my opinion.
Man,
Yeah.
this is I'm like 50-50 with this Tory Megan thing, man, with the new evidence that came out with everything, because like if she lying about some stuff, man, like that's what makes her look bad. Like she'll tell one story, then she'll switch the story up a little bit. Like so that makes it wishy-washy. You know what I'm saying? Now if the man did the shit, the man's where he's supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? Now if he didn't do the shit, then he don't need to be up in there getting stabbed up and all that. You know what I'm saying? No matter how that went down. But so it's kind of 50-50 with the new information, man. I really, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's leaning more towards he possibly did not do what they said that he did. Now he may
Mm.
have did something, but it might not be to the extent of what they said that he did. And why she keep changing her story, who 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 knows? Is it
Just
is
Yeah.
that girl code or what? Were they sticking together like, all right, girl, like I know you was just a little
I think it's some
nasty,
more.
blame
I
that
think it's
nigga.
some more
You know
personally.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's some more personally, but shit, that's a whole nother. whole other ballgame. Because I'm looking at it like, okay, if that's me, we talking about, okay, let's say allegedly hypothetical, we just drawing this situation together. We talking about little dude. We talking about Tory Lanez. Um, so, if you look at the picture, he kind of stuck to the code because he could have said, "Oh, I'm innocent." He could have took the stand on it, all this stuff you say. They say you're not supposed to do to try to clear himself, but he didn't, and he ended up. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this time. I'm gonna get out in 5 years or whatever it is. I'm gonna be good or whatever." Not. He took the whole thing. If this is him, and stayed quiet, and then ended up almost losing his life. So if all of this get dropped and he get released, who should be responsible? Okay, he in California. Who should be responsible? And then because that's financial compensation. That's distress and all that stuff to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? So who who should be responsible? And then what you think should be the ballpark of the financial um um compensation?
I feel like free Tory Lanez, free Diddy. Period. Point blank.
Free
Sheesh.
Diddy?
Yep.
He said the freeze the freeze.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a slippery slope over there. Pause.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it in the comments or whoever feel otherwise. I'm just going off of what I know right now today. I'm not saying
Stones in the
my
chat.
opinion won't change. I'm not saying my opinion won't change, but as of today, free Tory, free Diddy. Period.
All right.
And I'm standing on
Mm,
that.
okay. Okay. Yeah, like you said, man, good thing we record these, you know what I'm saying? We could go back, good football day, just watching the game and then run it back, you know what I'm saying? So this was you in June, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to June Gemini's, you know what I'm saying you were standing on business. I respect that though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stand up man. Speaking of football though.
Hmm.
Speaking of football. All right, so I was looking at your roster the other day. So we got two Raider fans in here right now. You got we got one Raven fan. All right, so you should get a little bit in you. Okay, you nodded. All right, we still double R. It's all good.
Facts,
We make
always.
it's
I fuck with the Raiders.
all
I
good.
fuck with the Raiders, bro.
I
Ain't
fuck
no
with the
disrespect.
Raven.
Ain't
Fuck
no
with the Ravens.
disrespect.
So
Y'all cool. In my book.
I saw D Hop. We got wide receivers out there. Passing out Tusi and getting called daddy and all this stuff and all that. Dating Cardi B and all this stuff on boats and all that. But you got your wide receiver just landed and was at OTAs Hopkins, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
DeAndre
it's good.
Hopkins, you know what I'm saying?
Good. Good to see, man. It's good to see, dude.
You locked in King Henry.
Had to.
Lamar fed up. Lamar fed up. He like the simple mistakes is it gotta stop.
I think I already told you in the last one, man. I feel like this is gonna be our run. I feel like we had a window. It was a 2 year window. It was last year and this year. And I'm a realistic fan. If it don't happen this year, bro, I gotta keep it a buck. It probably ain't gonna happen for a while. Lamar might not get one if it don't happen this year. And that's just my opinion. But I think we're setting ourselves up for success. Defense, we got a couple of names in the draft, and like I said, we added a couple of weapons on offense. We like the ceiling for us is wherever we make it. So I definitely feel like we can make a run.
Uh,
We can definitely
I
make a
think the
run.
ceiling to me is a Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's
And
it.
that's
I mean,
and
y'all
that's why
y'all y'all taste the
I kind of feel
finals too
like
many times.
that's why I say the ceiling is where we want it to be, and we make simple
I mean,
mistakes,
not
like you
not the
said,
finals, the
and
playoffs.
like I said, it's where we want it to be. You know what I mean? Now, if we don't make those mistakes, we would have probably been in the Super Bowl this year. But hey, we're here, and now all we can do is learn from it. I feel like right now it's the perfect time for us to hit the ground running fast and not look back. We can't let all the mistakes in the past hold us back from what we're gonna do this year.
Okay, yeah. So on the other end, Zay Flowers, correct? Zay Flowers.
Hmm. He a
He
beast.
okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So did you prefer him for the last 2 seasons? Did you prefer him last season or the season before,
I
or
prefer him.
it's indifferent?
It's indifferent, but I feel like he performed really well last year, and it sucks that he got hurt. It sucks he got hurt
Okay.
because we could have used him. We could have used him. You feel me? Uh,
Hmm.
even Mark Andrews dropping that ball. You know what I mean? This has been probably one of the best tight ends in the game, and that hurt. Even watching, I don't even like seeing that play no more, man, because it
Yeah,
makes you feel some kind of way about Mark Andrews. But then when you think about everything he's done for the franchise, it's like, hey, bro, you kind of gotta, as a fan, you it's like, yeah, it's Mark Andrews though. I got a jersey, like he's obviously somebody, and he's
yeah.
got for sure hands, so you can't. It was a mistake. It happened. The
But
year
that ain't
before that, Zay fumbled in the end zone. You know what I mean? It's simple, stupid stuff that we keep kicking ourselves in our foot for, and we'll get over it though. I think, like I said, this is the year. Now we all want the ring. Hopkins, I know he won a ring. I know. Derrick Henry wants one. I know Lamar is eager for one. You feel me?
it's
Like
yeah, it's
he's eager for one.
that's gonna separate them so bad, bro. Like so, I mean, in a good way, bro.
You
That's
got
going
hungry. They hungry. I feel like we got to be the most hungriest team in the NFL right now. When you feel like the guys we got, the vets, just Hopkins and Henry alone. You know what I mean? Like they on the back end of their career. You feel me? They ain't got that much. If I'm keeping it a buck, and I mean Roquan Smith. These are dogs. We got dogs who are really only want one thing. You feel me? And Lamar said it on his draft day, bro. He want to deliver that to the fans. Say, y'all gonna get a Super Bowl out of me. That's gonna
yeah.
be a commercial one day.
Mhm.
There's gonna be a commercial of him saying, "Hey, y'all gonna get a Super Bowl out of me," and then y'all gonna see him holding up the Super Bowl trophy because he did it. It's gonna happen.
I mean, yeah, man. I love the Ravens too. I'm rooting for Lamar. Um, your coaching is always there. The culture is there. It's just kind of like the competition. It's it's health factors. It's simple mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Little mistakes. But that's what make champions, right? The ones who can lock in, who can tighten up those things, who can see little small things. I seen something, and I've been playing or doing or watching sports most of my life or whatever, but I ain't really ever pay attention because I saw I can't pronounce the name, the wide receiver from Seattle. The motherfucker led the defenders, two or three defenders off by just like looking like he was like catching a pass, but the pass wasn't even. It was just Geno Smith running the whole time, and I'm
Yeah,
just
I
like,
remember. I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, I'm like, you just got that. You just gotta have that awareness. You gotta have that's awareness. That's like locked into those small details that you might not catch like at a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is everybody on your team, especially y'all got some new life gear, is they all locked in on that though? You know what I'm saying? And you got we got Mr. McGlover back in. He a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I don't even know what they
Ooh.
doing up there
Not
at
not
all. Like,
not a lady. Hey, you know what? I can't even claim that, bro. I ain't watched football in so long, bro. I'm gonna keep it
all right,
real. I don't even
respectful.
watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm totally out of touch on the sports thing. You know what I mean? I mean, as far
Okay,
as
that's
football go.
yeah. That's respectful. That's respectful though. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see what that division is crazy, but I don't see what Pittsburgh doing at all right now. You
No,
know
no,
what
Well,
I'm
I
you know
just
saying?
what? When
checked
you
them
look at
out.
it from Pittsburgh win games with their defense and they smart. Mike Tomlin is a mastermind because he's found a way to kind of Bill Belichick his team to where, hey, I'm gonna keep it tight. Y'all not gonna really score, and we gonna do something in the fourth quarter that's gonna put us ahead. We ain't gotta have no super explosive offense. I just need y'all to. He knows how to manage the game really, really
They
well. He
always
got a
was a hard
solid
nosed defense
solid
kind of team,
defensive
you know.
team, bro. Like
Hmm.
they the defensive team that the Ravens used to be. Like the Ravens used to be a solid defensive team. That's why that rivalry was so legit. And now I feel like Pittsburgh's like taking that and ran with it, and Mike Tomlin's accepted it. Like I don't got the most explosive offense, but my defense gonna keep me in the games, and I'm gonna be able to take a shot in the fourth quarter that's gonna put me ahead, and we're gonna win games
Mhm.
that we probably shouldn't have won. And they've been doing it. They've been doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
They got
I
DK
mean,
Metcalf over there too. They just picked up what DK over there.
And
but
and
then they
and they
they,
They
they
always
going
had they
they trying to
always
get
had durable quarterbacks too.
yeah,
You
and
know,
they're
if
trying
you
to get
if you look,
Aaron Rodgers too. If they get Aaron Rodgers, I think they're gonna be some contenders. I don't really feel like they're gonna have a Super Bowl team, but they ain't gonna be no punks. They never are.
mhm.
yeah, yeah. You got Robert Tomlin, whether he in the booth or not. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But what happened?
no, I don't mean to switch topics, but we got a panel of guys on here, and it's a question I've been itching to ask, a group of fellas. Okay, we all familiar with the Remy Ma Papoose thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah, we
All
about
was
right.
that
talking about
last
it.
week.
Y'all already talked about it.
A
No,
little
no,
bit.
go ahead though. Go ahead though. Go ahead
No.
though.
Okay, now you with Clarissa Shields. Boom. But like, I don't know, but like, why it always seem like he tagging behind the broad or something? You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? Is that me? Is that me? Is that me? Or am I tripping? Let me know. But it's like, man, this nigga like always tagging along with a bitch, with a broad. You know what I mean? With his girl or something. Like, I
Y'all
don't be
got it. They had something just for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
for
got it.
real.
No, man, I said the same thing, bro. I said he running around like a little bitch.
I
And that's
can't
just
put
the
my
way I
finger
saw it.
on it. See, I can't even see you an animal. I can't even say. I'm just. It just be like,
I'm saying it because I felt like that, and at some point it's dope for a man to level up. Hey, I got this shorty, man. She make X, Y, and Z. She don't, it's cool at some point, but at some point you gotta level up. I gotta be the one that's wearing the pants. I feel like Carissa Shields would probably beat his ass too. Like
oh
it's only
man,
so much you can really, it's only so much you can really do. I'm not mad at him, no. I mean, salute to him. He living his best life, bro.
oh
Uh,
man. Yeah, she'll do him dirty.
Hey, bro, like,
But
McGlover. Hey, so McGlover, he said, last when we was talking about it, you said stole the beats. Hey, you know what he said last week? He said, yeah, he was just casually talking, and he said, yeah, I mean, it's cool to have a female that holds you down like that and stuff. And but when you start walking her to the ring and all that shit, that's it. He was like, it's cool to have a female. You walk her to the ring and all that. I'm
like,
like,
come
damn,
on,
he did
man.
walk her to the ring and wiping her sweat off and shit. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man. Like,
saying?
man, come on, man. Like, sit in the crowd like a boss or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sit in
man.
the
I'm a
back or
hey.
something. Nigga, come on,
Yeah,
sit
that's me
your ass
over there. I'm a
down.
chill. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He's supporting this woman, y'all.
Man, that's
We got to do
black
that.
love is cool, bro. But come on,
We got to
I thought I
support
was
our
the only
love.
one. Like, come on, bro. Sit your ass down somewhere, man.
Shit,
Let her do her thing.
Nah,
I would have told her to
nah.
teach me how to box or something. I need to start doing some amateur matches, something, bro. You can't just really be out here living. I don't know.
Do you think somebody Clarissa Shields can be knocked from him? Do you think somebody can kind of slide up under and kind of get him up out of the way?
Who going
Not right
who?
now
Like,
because
I mean,
she's not
You
even.
don't
shit.
She's
think
Like,
not
right
even
now?
that. I feel like she's in love, bro, because Clarissa Shields used to get a lot of slack from people because they said she was too manly. She wasn't the, you know what I mean? Like if you watch like recently within this last year, she's kind of switched up her style. She's trying to become more girly. You see her wearing like
That's
these
so.
She
Gucci
has.
outfits, and she's
Yes,
trying to
Mhm.
like step out and be more woman-like because she
that's
was getting
new.
a lot of backlash. It's new because dudes wait. I ain't never said, oh man, that Clarissa Shields she bad. I ain't never said that. So she got somebody right now, and he's got a little buzz too, and she's in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's beefing with Remy, and that's keeping her relevant. Not that she's not relevant, but I mean, all publicity is good publicity in my opinion, and she's getting a lot of it right now. Ain't no, but she in love with that man, and he in love with her, or he might be.
wait, wait. So y'all
How
trying to
long
say
you think it's gonna
Papoose ain't making
last?
the money though? Y'all saying that they both make more money than Papoose. Like he ain't
Yeah.
got the bag. That's what we
Oh yeah,
saying.
I think they 100% make more money than Papoose.
I think Papoose got the bag. And he just laying
Where he
low.
get it from?
His raps.
What rap?
Name one Papoose
He
song.
said,
One. Name no two. Name two
"We
Papoose songs.
better."
Anybody. I challenge
Yeah, I
anybody.
feel you,
Listen,
JD, because
Hey,
it might not be that. I get
hey,
what you're
one
saying,
is
JD.
Papoose.
He
Papoose
might
a
have a
beast,
record.
man.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, say that was say Nick says we fucking hating. Stop fucking hating. He going for the gusto. He going for the
You
gusto.
feel me?
So we
You know what I'm saying?
we hate.
Papoose in
Hey, he
that
living his
Man,
bag,
best
look,
life.
man.
bro. One of the
He in
most
that
slick
bag.
ass Detroit niggas gonna slide up under her. Watch. One of them slick Detroit niggas gonna slide up under and
She better,
gonna relieve
Oh,
him of his duties soon.
she better go see
and
what
then
color
Nah,
Big
what's
Meech.
she seemed
Papoose?
way more loyal than Remy though. On God, like just off her interviews, like what I see, she seemed way more loyal, way more.
She
Oh,
ain't got no.
she
She
ain't
don't
got
Yeah,
too
look
much
yeah.
of
good.
a
She
choice.
don't look
She
good
ain't
as
got too
Remy
much.
either.
She ain't got too much of a choice out there. Like ain't
She
too
don't look
She
many.
good
Like
as
loyal
we
Remy.
because she ain't tripping.
I remember, I forgot who brought it up in the chat though, but remember we was talking about men and rejection and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about her though, being all like supposedly an alpha female or whatever it is, and she might be soft as cotton. You know what I'm saying? What about her? You know what I'm saying? Like with her different personality traits. You know what I mean? Like that's an interesting aspect, man, because a lot of us, man, fear rejection and stuff. Like weak as hell. Like just I don't wanna face it. I don't want to do this. So I'm gonna settle for this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if he's settling or if he moved up, moved parallel. I don't know what he doing. But we need to stop hating though. He going for the
Are we
gusto.
hating? We hating?
I'm not
Go
hating.
for the gusto.
Let him live his life. I mean, maybe I am low. I'm not hating. Like I ain't mad at him for doing it. Shit, I love to be in that position where I had it like that. But at some point, I'm gonna have to use that momentum and find my own lane too to kind of put me. I got to be somebody too, bro. I kind of do feel like he living in the shadows. He like the
He's
girlfriend.
living in the shadows.
He like the girlfriend. He playing
Man,
the
I,
girlfriend role from a male
he like the
perspective.
but he like the he over core though. He got like a job and shit.
What job?
Papoose got a job, man. He's like the head whatever at TuneCore. I forgot the title, but that nigga got a job, bro.
Oh,
Like
that's what's up.
like
Good for him,
he
man.
got he
yeah,
got a
all I'm
job.
saying, all I'm saying is, bro, I like boxing. I follow boxing, female and male. I
Hey,
follow Clarissa Shields for a while. I'm just tired of, what I'm saying, seeing this nigga all in the shots and shit. You know what I mean? I like I like Alicia Bumgardner with her little pretty butt. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But you know what I mean? So
She
Mhm.
Amanda's a
man,
beast
she's
too.
bad. But that's a
They
whole
heated
nother
Mm.
her,
subject.
bro.
But
They heated her,
right.
bro.
man,
Hey,
come on
since you
now.
in here,
But
McGlover, I'm a boxing fan too. And let me, if I can, let me tap on that too. What you feel about? What you think? With Charlo and Plant, you think that's gonna happen, or and who you got?
Charlo, Charlo, he was first of
He supposed to
all,
fight Caleb Plant.
man, he better take it easy. From what I seen, which Charlo we talking about? The one that just had a fight this weekend?
Yeah. They supposed to, he fought and he
He
won,
was
but
fighting a
Plant,
bum,
Plant, yeah, Plant
and
fought and he lost. They were supposed to both win and then fight each other.
bro, he
Mm.
better stay. He better keep to the easy fights,
He been out
cause
the
he
league too
didn't
long.
look too hot. Cause dude was a bum last week, and
What about Haney and Ryan Garcia? You think it's gonna happen again with that loss that Ryan just took?
man, Ryan looked different, didn't he?
He looked like he should have still been smoking weed and doing whatever he was doing the first
When
time
they
because he
got
didn't.
on his
Right.
ass about them
Yeah, they got under
steroids,
Quint. Yeah, man.
about the Haney fight, right?
Yeah,
He looked
he slipped
way
up.
swoller. He was way more aggressive. This dude was, what I mean, Rolly's cool, but Rolly wasn't no hell of a fighter. That's why he was
He
the
not.
underdog anyway. You
Yeah,
know what I
big
mean?
underdog. Big underdog.
Yes, and Rolly ain't no hell of a. I mean, he's good, but like I would have thought Ryan would have got him, but Ryan was humble, wasn't he?
He was chilling.
Trying,
He
Mm.
was just coasting, bro. He was coasting.
but
I don't
but
know.
to answer your question, ooh, honestly, I got that being a boring fight. How I see Haney, how I seen Haney, and then how I seen Ryan. If I had to judge on them two fights, bro, it'd be a boring ass fight, and it might come out Haney because he got something to prove. But
Last,
if Ryan,
last, my last question on the boxing, and it's for all y'all. Is there anybody at the 135 level that can see Gervonta Davis?
135 level.
Ah, man.
I don't even know.
one thirty
I ain't gonna
five,
lie. I don't know.
The fact that
135.
we
I
gotta
mean
think
one
Davis.
about
thirty
it,
five, one
think
thirty
about it a
five.
little
Who
bit
up there?
because I just think
Oh,
okay,
bro.
well, regardless of weight, I think it just depends on the night, but that's with anybody though. That's with anybody. I just think he can be
Damn, the
beat.
youngster, the little the youngster, man, he's dark, hella dark. He's the young. I think his name start with a J or something, man. Little dark skinned youngster. He's a damn. What's his name?
Black is it black dude? He
He's
he
super
like
dark
19, 20.
skinned. Young,
I mean, the fight he
fuck,
just had, he didn't win. It was a draw. I don't know if they're gonna fight again or whatnot, but I honestly feel like at the weight that he be fighting, and it ain't really nobody that can touch him. Like, I mean, the last fight, I kind of feel like he
kid.
he wasn't
Hey,
really focused,
the
but
the
I don't see
dude, the
nobody
dude
fucking with
that
dude.
just fucking fought him got with his program.
Yeah, he
Right.
did, a
Rope.
hundred
For
percent.
Rochelle.
The dude
I
that
don't think
just
that
fought
was a
Tank
regular
got with his
Gervonta.
program. He don't want to see him again.
No, not at all.
They got the rematch though. Ain't
Yeah,
they
yeah.
locked in?
Man,
I hope
Tank
so.
Team gonna push that shit so far back. That nigga gonna be, you know what I'm saying, have four losses. He don't want to see him right back again. He
Yeah.
gonna push that fight off for a minute.
No,
I
that
thought it
would
was
that won't
September
that won't fuck.
13th. Ain't that? Or maybe I just seen something that they posted, hoping, but I'm not
Uh,
sure. I thought
Yeah,
it was
maybe.
September.
Cause he got with
it
Tank program low key.
Yeah, he
But
did for
it's,
sure.
but
they
you
knew
gotta
each
beat
other.
the
They
champ.
knew each other from young though, right? They was familiar with each other. Like they started
They
Right.
started the amateurs together. They used to fight a lot together. You know what I mean? I
Hey,
honestly
Who
yeah.
think
So
y'all
if
what's
think
Javante
Deron
wasn't
Boots
still, you
Ennis?
forgot
What weight
he just
class
did a
is
bid. You
Boots
know, he
Ennis
was
in?
in jail.
who y'all think about what y'all think about Crawford though? Who can y'all see anybody fading Crawford right now? How he's going?
He's gonna get beat up by Canelo,
No,
unfortunately.
what?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I didn't see that one
Listen,
coming.
bro.
I ain't see that.
Listen, bro. I feel like
Woo!
Hold on.
listen. Just let me.
Wait a minute.
Can I say my piece real quick?
Man,
Woo!
please.
Dang.
I
The
feel
floor
like
is
he's a
yours, my brother.
I feel like he's a better boxer than Canelo, 100%. But he's going up too high in weight, bro. We've seen this too many times, bro. He is not Canelo's size. Canelo walks around like that, bro. And he's not no punk. If y'all really think that this weight and shit like that don't matter when it comes to boxing, McGlover, you watch boxing, so you should know. Like he going up, bro. And them shots that he gonna be throwing ain't gonna be hurting this man like that, bro. Canelo's been fighting fighters this size. He's going to go. He's got to go up to go do that, bro. He's going to be in for
Yep.
a rude awakening. He's a better boxer, 100%. Nobody
Mm.
at his weight can see him at all. Best pound for pound boxer. But what he's doing is the same thing Canelo tried to do when he went up and got his ass beat up. Now he's about to. That's what's going to happen to Terrence Crawford too. It's either that he's not going to beat Canelo. It's going to be that, or it's going to be a draw. But I don't see him winning. Period.
Mm.
Wow. Whoa, we're gonna hey, we're gonna have this conversation
And I'm
after the
telling y'all
fight.
Oh,
that.
we put a
But
pin in it. Okay, we put a pin in that one though.
yeah,
That's a
for
good one.
sure.
That's a good one.
For
That's a good one.
sure, man.
We need to run that back, just like that clipper back fade and stuff. So we run it back, run it back, we run it back. You know,
I
Gotta
think
put.
that weight is gonna look good on Crawford. I think he got the frame for it. He's got the strength to take. He's, you know what I mean. He's got the strength to take the blows. I'm pretty sure he's been sparring guys like that. You know what I mean. His size already, so he can, you know what I mean, kind of figure. I know Canelo got some power, but I think he's coming. I think he's gonna look. The weight's gonna look good on him, and I think it's not gonna be a factor. I think he has to
Yeah.
struggle to. I think it's gonna look good on him. I think he's gonna be a monster. He might drop Canelo. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go so far and say he got Canelo ass
Oh
in the
yeah,
fourth
if you
round.
want to make that, I got your number. We can definitely lock that bet in. I
In the
fully
fourth
back that one,
round.
bro.
In the
Canelo
fourth
not going.
round,
He's not putting Canelo down. I'll put my 200 to your 100 that
I
Canelo's not
say
going
he
to hit the
puts
second round.
Canelo down in the fourth.
Oh, this is crazy as fuck, bro. I just got me some free money or something. I don't know, but okay.
hey,
That is
it's gonna
the
be
wildest take I've
I
heard,
think
bro.
that's the one I saw that was locked in though.
I didn't say he's not. Well, listen, I'm not saying he's gonna put him out, but in the around the third round, I mean the fourth round, either he drops Canelo or he does something to give with his program. But I definitely got Crawford winning for sure.
Yeah, we can lock it in, man. It ain't nothing to me.
What you look at? What Stone? What you looking at? Like what's your early prediction? You know, way too early.
My early prediction is that it goes either either either. My early prediction is it goes to this, and Canelo wins, and either one of them gonna hit the deck.
Uh, uh, so decision.
Nah,
Okay. So
nah, this gonna be some slugging. They both some dogs. They both like
He
they
not
both.
fighting Earl Spence, bro. He not fighting Earl Spence.
Man, Earl Spence.
You can't
First of
take
all,
away from
Earl Spence
Canelo's
was a
resume,
paper
man.
champ.
You
Earl
cannot take
Spence was
away
a
from
paper champ. He been soft. Earl Spence ain't fought
Canelo
nobody.
not, Canelo not. And you talking to me like Gervonta Davis and Terrence Crawford, my favorite fighters, bro. But I'm just a realistic fan, and I know that what he's doing is risky. And I feel like yes, he's a better boxer, but you about to go fight a champion who's really been in the ring fighting a whole bunch of other champions. Since since the Mayweather fight, and Canelo not no punk, bro.
Not at all.
And his chin is
Um,
tough.
Let me ask you this. Damn.
Who put Canelo on the ground? And y'all think Terrence Crawford finna go do it? No, but that's not happening, bro.
I don't know. I just hope you don't got no like what they call it, the steroid seasoning and the steak and all that shit. I just hope he
Oh
ain't
yeah,
pulling all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No,
Red meat stuff. Yeah, nah,
yeah.
he good, bro. Canelo, he about a bag too, man. I feel like it's gonna be a good fight. It might even be boring. They both about to get a bag for it. You
You know
know,
who got
they
with
might just be
Canelo's
trying to
program and fell off? Adrian Broner. Even though he lost that fight, he got with his program though. Before he started
Broner,
clowning and shit.
Broner. Oh, this nigga Broner.
Hey
I'm
B,
just saying, when before the Broners, before the crazy shit, Broner was running through him. If he had concentrated a little bit more, he would have been
drinking and shit and all that, huh? He
all
a
that all
partying.
that. Broner had a bright career though, for real.
I mean, it's like boxing is starting to turn into to entertainment anyway. Like not that type of entertainment. It's starting to turn into like entertainment, like WWE, you know, almost like you got to be popular to get these fights and shit.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel like no, that's more so. I feel like that's more so with the UFC. You got to be popular. You got to have that buzz for you to get those important fights. You feel me?
and why?
Right.
And I be tripping on how they could kind of maneuver and pick and choose who they want to fight though, like that.
Yeah.
Or at least manipulate it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I
Right, they
don't
all
You
know,
want
know,
to
but
it's
be
about that
seen.
paper at the
we
end of the
going. I
day.
remember that one though. We gonna have to talk about the prediction of the next stream though. One thing I wanted to say now that you back on though, McGlover, or ask, or just kind of mention, touch on before we ride out. Um, we was kind of low key talking about the charges and all that with the Diddy stuff, and somebody mentioned the kidnapping and all that. But
Mm.
all of us around the same age, they probably still do it now. Who knows? But y'all remember when niggas used to come to the school, picking bitches up and shit and all that, you know what I'm saying? Taking them to God knows where or whatever the fuck, and then dropping them back off and shit. You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of think we look at it at a different scope because like shit, 2025, you know, you say somebody doing that right now, they got the word, grooming and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But not too
it
long ago,
it's herd mentality. The herd mentality. Now it wasn't, the way things were back then, bro. We're fucking cavemen now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's technology's evolved. It's so much more easier for people to be influenced and adapt the herd mentality mind. So where these slogans and these phrases seem like casual phrases, but really it's triggering something in these people's minds to follow, whatever the trendings. So
mm,
it's just people just it's just different times now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Yeah, different time. I definitely think that's because, like they say, ignorance is bliss and stuff. I really think like people like turn the head to it, then turn the eye to it, and then like you made a good point, technology and all that. Now you just like seeing it with your own eyes over and over and over again. Now you like, oh, okay, well, this person is like that. That person is like this. That's what this is. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
It
People using
it
the
it,
words that
it it's not even the technology per se, it's just the technology being a tool that's being used by a weak-minded person. You know what I mean? It's not the technology's fault, it's the weakness of the individual to be
individual.
influenced by what's coming over there, what they're allowing themselves to be subjected to, and not knowing like what it is, in their own mind. And it's like, um, man, niggas better watch
Yes.
their ass. Men, just men in general, not even just black men, white men, any kind of guys that got something going for themselves, got a career, whatever. As just men in general, man, we better start watching our ass, man, because what I mean, time and time again is showing you that you're susceptible to get hit any kind of way. So you make sure you're protected at all costs. What I mean, legally, documents, whatever you got going, and you know, just be careful out here, man. There's so many traps and setups.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I tripped. I was thinking the other day, like a good move for yourself. In essence, would be to get life insurance, right? So you get life insurance, and then it's almost like you put a price on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You put a price on yourself. You covering yourself, but you put a price on yourself in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm like, dang, I'm walking around and I could be this much money. You know what I'm saying, for this policy or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And then, like you said, if you have something going for you, God forbid, you talking about career, you talking about pensions, you talking about all this type of stuff that somebody could just in a blink of an eye come after like that, and you could just be out there like stuck trying to prove your innocence. You know what I mean?
Trying to prove your innocence, and by the time you prove your innocence, it had you wishing you did whatever you was accused of. You know, they drain
On
you,
mama.
they drain you for so much. You know, so you
But what you
know,
what you think? What you think, JD? Shit, my man went to use the bathroom and stuff,
I,
man.
I, I think we better. I think we definitely, as at the ages we are, man, and just seeing what happens in the world. Just touching on the life insurance thing, bro. I feel like
Mhm,
insurance itself, like car insurance and all that, I feel like that's a scam. But life insurance is the
mhm.
only for sure one, bro. Because guess what? We all gotta go. Period. Point blank. Ain't no way you can slice it. We all gotta go, bro. And not nothing knocking nobody's GoFundMe or anything, bro. But I don't want my people to have to do all that. You know what I mean? I don't want
yeah,
to be asking people for money.
Gotcha.
I feel like us as adults, man, life insurance, in my opinion, it ain't that expensive. You know, I ain't trying to count nobody's pockets, but we definitely should have life insurance, especially if you got kids or a significant other who's going. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I personally just don't want to be one of those GoFundMe funerals and hey, I need to, get some money funeral, whether it's a 50,000 to $100,000 policy, get you some life insurance, please.
Gotcha. Right from Stone. You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? I second that. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man. Man, it's on the stream. I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Hey,
Stone.
let me let me
Oh,
ask you
go.
this:
Oh, go ahead.
Would would you let your significant other, say you wasn't married, but you had a female you was down with maybe like 10 years, 20 years, and she said, I want to get some life insurance on you. Would you let her get some life insurance on you?
I can't, you can't let her because you can go get life insurance
Yeah,
on anybody if you want.
yeah.
I
Would
can
you?
go get life
I
insurance
mean,
on
You
you.
do,
You want
you
to
do,
let me?
you. They low key gotta notify you a low key a little bit, right?
Yeah,
If you
but
married.
that don't change the fact that I did it. If I'm paying for it, I'm
Yeah,
paying for it. But yeah,
yeah.
I'll let her do it, bro. I ain't tripping. No.
And
you already did, huh?
it will raise an eyebrow. Will raise an
Yeah,
eyebrow,
I'll be like, hey,
and we
what's
will have to have a
up?
conversation.
Okay,
You know
okay,
what
hold on.
I'm
Let me ask you this.
I'm gonna be like, I'm getting the same policy on you, baby girl.
saying?
I mean, one more question. All right, with the life insurance, say you were a single man all your life. You don't have a wife. You live to a certain age to where your parents passed on. You know, you have a kid or two, but you have a substantial amount. Or no, you don't have any kids. You don't have any kids. Who would you leave the money to? You got life insurance on yourself, but you don't really have nobody to. You outlive most of your people. You don't have
I,
nobody to give it to.
I,
What
I,
would
I got
you?
a, I got a, I got a, I got a good example. I can leave it named. I got a good example, and I got a good reason, place to send the money. I have a relative. Well, like I have a relative that knows somebody when they were around, they ain't had nobody around. Like they had no kids. Like I ain't know where this person was just an individual. So
Right.
the mother passed away. God bless the dead or whatnot. So what he ended up doing is everything he had, like whether it was like he was debt free, any money nest egg he had, he had siblings, so he divided it amongst the siblings and a couple of his like cousins and on all that stuff type of stuff. So it wasn't directly to his like offspring because he didn't have any, but it was like to his family, if that makes sense.
Got you. So that's what you would do?
So I got my bro Kareem. I got my bro Kareem. If it was just me, and my dad, my mom passed, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, and I passed, God forbid, my bro probably would have got that, you know, easy
What if you didn't
decision,
have
you
a
know.
brother?
Oh, then we gotta start putting on little homies and stuff. We gotta start seeing who down for the cause and shit. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see who
I
down for
gotta. If I ain't got nobody, if I
the.
ain't really got nobody, there's no point in fighting.
You like, come on, that was really no. I don't know. That's a good thing, man. Hey, that's why, you know what though? I ain't gonna say that, but you never know who you talking to, bro. As far as like saying good morning, all that type of stuff, hello, whatever, because some of you motherfuckers be looking to do good stuff for like I'm not saying
Mm,
nobody gonna give their life insurance for what,
right.
but
No.
somebody, you be seeing some of these, like, you know, we like old school cars. You be seeing some of these old people with like prestigious cars. They don't even drive, and they don't got nobody to give it to, so they turn around and just give it away to whoever they was cool with, who a
Yeah.
good neighbor or something. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not saying to do that, but it's just, why not stay in people good graces, you know?
Stone. Who would you give the money to?
I feel like if I ain't have nobody, like if I wouldn't, like I wouldn't. I don't feel like you need it if you ain't got nobody. But if I already had it and everybody done passed or everybody done gone, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'll find. I'm pretty sure I got a cousin or somebody that's gonna make sure they put me in the ground the right way. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'll leave it to them. I'll leave it
Facts.
to them.
Facts.
And then the question, the mirror gets turned on to you.
Me. If I didn't have
Yes.
nobody, I'm gonna go so far to say I ain't even really have no peoples I fuck with. You know what I mean? No cousins or nothing like that. I would hmm.
I know exactly what you do with it, but that's fine. That's fine.
I don't know. I'd probably have them make me a nice plaque and put it somewhere. You know what I mean? In a certain location or something. I don't know.
All right.
You
All right.
know.
On that note, man, we gonna a nice plaque. I like that. A gold plaque. All right, Master P. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
for sure. I
Statue
like
to the
that.
city.
Statue. Yeah, let's get a statue, not a
Yeah,
monument, not
nice
a
little
plaque. You
statue
said
or
plaque.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, a
yeah.
little statue. You know what I'm saying? All right, for sure,
Nah,
man. So
for
like I
sure though. Hey, it's been a pleasure, Doc, man. Hey, look, man, I'm on the way.
look.
I got your package, man, sent right here
Oh,
directly from the spot Soto, man. From Seattle, it's gonna come way down
that's
there
my son.
to Dago. You dig what I'm saying?
Man.
Look, we got the merch coming out soon. Dockers, I appreciate the opportunity. You
Yes,
did.
sir.
Real
Stone,
name.
brother
Yes,
J,
sir.
with JT,
JD.
JD. Yeah, JD, man,
Yeah.
Yes,
pleasure.
sir.
We
Likewise.
signing off, man. Let's do it again, man.
Dessert.
Yep.
Look, man. Where they can find you at, Mr. McGlover?
Man, they can find me on Instagram. I am Mr. McGlover. And also you can find me at the Spot Soto, man, out there in Seattle, man.
Soto,
We got
shout out.
man, shout out, man. Man, it's up, man. Shout out. Nigga, all the watchers, everybody on Doc TV. Who all in the comments, man.
We got
Yo,
Tamara
man,
Pratt in
we
the comments. She said, "Where y'all from?"
Yeah. Shit, I'm
I'm
from
from Los.
Inglewood.
I'm from Los Angeles, and I live in San Diego though, sweetie. And she also
yeah.
said, she also put in there, Tory Lanez ain't framed. He previously said, "Oh, Casey didn't do it. He admitted it on the phone."
Oh,
We'll touch on
yeah.
that next time. We'll touch on that next time. You got to tune in next
Oh, she
time, Tamara.
yeah. All right, y'all. Signing off.
Yes, sir.
Already.
Yo,
Y'all stayed. I'm so proud of y'all.
yeah, man. No, I just figured out what oh no, I'm echoing. But what they had to do, like you have to go back in and they'll do a countdown and all that.
Yep, you did good. Y'all did good. How do y'all feel?
Hold on, man, this shit is annoying as fuck. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Oh, okay. It's that Hello.